Right. Est-ce qu'il y a des francophones ici aujourd'hui? Des gens qui parlent que le français en fait. No French?
No.
Hallelujah. Finally. Been speaking French all day. I'm very proud. So then everybody speaks English, am I correct?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Luxury. Welcome everyone. Good morning. Afternoon, yeah.
Afternoon,
My
yeah.
name is Timo. I am a local. Welcome to Ghent. We're gonna go. We're gonna go explore Ghent from the water to get another perspective. It's nice here, and I'm gonna explain a bit the history of Ghent. That might be a bit boring, but you're stuck 45 minutes. Yeah, that's what you paid for. So we're gonna start with the beginning, of course. Yeah, that's the water. Water is important here. This region. Belgium, rivers flow into the North Sea. In the back, the last one, that is the cathedral. It was built in the 16th century under Charles V, built on much older foundations. But in the cathedral, there is a very famous painting, the mystic lamb, the Lam God, El Cordero Místico, painted by the brothers Van Eyck in the 15th century. It was started by Hubert, and when he died, young Van Eyck finished the painting in 1432. Young Van Eyck, a civilized bunch. Well, that's what he thought about it. And for this he founds two abbeys, St. Bav's, St. Peter's, and this is what the historical nerds today consider as the starting point of the medieval city. But now we're going to fast forward again. Now you're in the year 1100. Imagine boats everywhere, without tourists, full of grain, because this place was the medieval harbor. This was a river harbor. We are not on the North Sea. That was a brew. Here, the boats would come from France, because the two rivers start in the north of France. The place where lots and lots of grain is being raised, whatever. Anyway, the boats full of grain, if they wanted to pass through Ghent, they had to pay taxes. 25% of their cargo of grain needed to be paid and stored in warehouses like this grey building here. Today there's a hamburger restaurant. It's one of the oldest buildings in Ghent, a grain warehouse from the 12th century. Spijker, we say in Flemish. The little house next to it with the blue windows, that was a tax house. So grains were stored here. After that, they were sold on the grain market, the Korenmarkt or grain market, the big square behind the buildings, to make bread or beer. Because of this tax, this privilege that the city had, Ghent was able to grow. Here on the left, there's a mural. And it shows you elements of that famous masterpiece in the cathedral, the adoration of the mystic lamb. It's a wonder that it's still there, really, because it was hidden away many times from invading armies, hidden away against fires, floods. The French armies took it to France, the Germans to Germany. The Nazis stole it in the Second World War, put it in a mine in the Alps, rigged it with dynamite, but it's still there. In London, so the one here we call Kleine Benny, Small Benny from Ghent. And these days you can even sleep in Little Benny there. It's a hotel. of sins that you had committed. If you had enough money, you could buy your way into heaven. It's a bit like today, really. But it all ended in 1566, the Bilderstone, the iconoclasm. The monks were banished, they allowed each other make a heart together, symbolize marriage. Swans are very loyal birds, they only have one mate in their life. But here they swim away. This is important because there was love in this house, but no eternal. This was a brothel, a house of pleasure. Ik kan dat douche, lijkt dat zeggen in de kamer. We only have 7. We can never have enough McDonald's. It's one city, of course. It all started when Napoleon and his armies invaded 1794. Until his defeat at Waterloo, we were part of France. Again. We have on the left was the beer side. And the White House, it's written beer has beer house. Yeah, it's obviously a beer house. We have left the river now, entered our medieval canal. This is called the Lieve, the deer. This canal was dug, made by hand in the 13th century to the North Sea. It's around 60 kilometers long to create a connection with England. We needed wool from the sheep in England to make Flemish textile. That was a luxury product, but like Chinese silk. This was the engine of our medieval economy. More quiet and peaceful places in Ghent. Lovely with the weeping willows gently swaying in the wind. It's also a very romantic spot in the evening. Also known as the Tinder Key. In the old days, there was only water here. Small harbor. On the right, another monastery. We have many. You're a bit unlucky because it's not raining. Looks much better when it's raining. It really brings out the gray. But don't worry, it might rain in the afternoon. Yeah, it is called the Travensteen, the stone of the town. Literally. It started as a wooden tower though, in the 9th century to protect us against the Danish tourists. The Vikings, yeah. They followed the skull all over here, burned until they destroyed everything. Over time, this became a stone castle. Started. Historical accuracy was not on the top of the list, huh? So it's probably more medieval than it actually looks. But looks great. We're all happy. Here, this is left and right, there are 4 sculptures. All this was built in the year 2000 to celebrate the 500th anniversary of the birth of an emperor. Charles V. Keizer Karel, Charles Quint, Kaiser Karel I, Canal. The emperor was born here on your left, in the year 1500 in a very big palace, but the Burgundian palace no longer stands. It was destroyed in the 18th and 19th centuries. Here in front of you is Rabot, the last medieval city gate, an old water gate. The others were all destroyed in the 19th century when the city expanded. Maximilian here, because Flanders, Brabant, Holland, the cities here were very autonomous. We had city councils to govern our affairs. The nobles had lots and lots of privileges that they didn't want. These statues were made by a local artist, a BG, the Gentenaar. And he tells legend stories from the life of Charles V, because Charles was a bit of a ladies' man. Girlfriends everywhere in the lowlands. Janneke van Zottegem, just to name one. Eventually. That says that if you kiss your loved one underneath one of those willow trees, your love will last forever. Beautiful, I know,
Try it.
but untrue. I tried it several times.
I was gonna try it now. No.
The beer price is nearing the end of this little dog adventure. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoy it and have a great evening. Thank you. Thank you very much.